This next one's called Somewhere Between Now and Then. Somewhere between now and then, it went from, Mom, I wish you weren't in my life, to Mom, I wish you were more present in my life. Somewhere between then and now, it went from, Mom, I just want to grow up and move out, to Mom, I wish I could redo my childhood with you. Somewhere between then and now, it went from stop asking me about my life to please ask me how it's going. Somewhere between then and now, I've realized if you just got help and talked about what was going on, you could have been a better mom. Somewhere between then and now, it went from sneaking out and partying to getting a job and trying to do my best. I have 3 more and hopefully I'll get them done. This next one's called Things I'll Never Say. I wish it could have been us, me and you since 2019. We used to be so in love. Maybe it was just as friends, but I believe we could have been endgame. The way you used to look at me and smiled, the way you showed me songs that reminded you of me and cried when I told you I felt like I wanted to pass away. Maybe in this lifetime we weren't meant for each other. In another lifetime I think we would be. This next one's a little bit long. This one was inspired by a poet that I saw on TikTok. It's called A Failed Love Story. A girl who's never been loved and a boy with attachment issues fall in love. She tells him she loves him every time they look at each other. When the room goes silent, he wakes up and looks for her in bed, making sure she hasn't left. She holds his hands tight and traces hearts on them. He learns to love her in all her love languages when she feels like it's a lie. But she always has been told this is what she deserves, so she stays hoping these thoughts go away. She's always been told she loves too hard or she's too clingy, that she feels like a broken record player, so she loves more softly and not as hard. A girl who's never been loved and a boy with attachment issues fall out of love. Was I too much for you? The girl sobs. You weren't too much for me, just not enough. I know you would have gone miles for me, fought off anything that got in the way of our love, just for me to stay. But I don't want to stay. I want to go far away, the boy replies. Her tears made his heart go so numb. His empathy towards her turned into cold sympathy. You love too hard, he insists. You lose yourself to love people that don't even know how to love you. The issue isn't that I don't want to stay. The issue is your love drives me away. The girl walked away with a new broken heart and new memories that tore her apart. That her love is suffocating more than weightless. Her heart grabs things like broken glass, no matter how lovely they look. Her I love yous are said with a pause, and is as if she needs to rethink her sentences. Her lips leave secrets and bruises instead of warmth and softness. Maybe if you knew how to accept true love and trust, I would have not had to lower myself for you. To love a wall who never gives back while you're throwing everything at it is a horrible thing. She clenches her sides, covered in his handprints. The boy walked away with traces of her all over him, and thoughts of regret and sorrow, that his idea of love is repulsive. Every new relationship he hesitates to love. Every new room he starts to panic, no matter how comforting the room may feel. His heart tightens, searching for a way out. Maybe she was right, he quietly whispers. Maybe if I learned how to accept the hard, passionate love, I'd be able to love myself enough to feel safe. She ran after him until her heart started to hurt. He became one with the skies, and he ran from the love he deserved. Hopeless romantic until her lungs collapsed in agony, and she couldn't move, frozen in place.
Tonight, I think I'm going to read a kind of a rewrite, kind of a poem I had been working on, and then I'll read an older one. This one's called A Song for Turnip Hunting. Tonight, I dream I am the great turnip in the sky. Beside your partner, morning star, I watch you wave your istawatanaktakoop, digging stick against the sun, against the moon, and finally towards me. Dig me slowly and see. Break the topsoil and enter through grass roots. The land hides me, the land protects me. Peel back, her sun-bleached scalp rustling in the wind. She is my home, and she is the color of muddy wine. Scrape the clay from my ribs and brush the sand from my hips. Feel the dirt beneath your charcoal fingernails, slivers of ochre from my endless granular vault. Electricity and tremors through your arms, near enough to measure my pulse. My umbilical taproot connects me to where it is dark and cold. Sever this union while the faithful cranes watch idly. Find your way home and release me. My hunter, my deliverer. They will tell stories of your fall. They will sing songs of my harvest. Dig me slowly, and as you drop from the hole in the sky, see how I fit in your palm, how I fit in your chest. Measured breaths, plummeting, your belly murmurations and the gray blurred flapping of desperate wings. Don't be afraid. Descend, descend. Then wash my corpse and place me among your sky prairie yield, among the bitter roots, among the sweet berries. Here, my violet flowers will leach and bloom again. A broken promise to morning star, the prickle of chilled earth under your son's infant palms. Witness the boy shapeshift. He will rise and join the above world, the star people, taking his place as fixed star in my hole in the sky. Mourn him, celebrate his light. Beneath the bison robe, where he touched ground, you will find a puffball mushroom, glowing and constant, for us to remember. He sings, he breathes, he lives. Thanks. Okay, this is an older one from last year, but I'm kind of, I want to practice it, so if you can bear with me. It's called Ghana Indian Days Powwow of 2023. The drums are medicine. The dust is medicine. The burrs in your socks are medicine. The little chicken dancers bustle, trembling as he scrambles to make grand entry is medicine. That big-ass Indian taco is medicine. Hot sauce is medicine. The songs are medicine. Receiving $5 from your great auntie is medicine. The trilling and war whoops are medicine. Seeing your cuz judge a men's traditional special is medicine. Those 11 p.m. hoots in the parking lot are medicine. The clang of brass bells and copper jingles in all directions is medicine. The MC's jokes razzing Blackfoot verse Crees are medicine. Hickeys are medicine. Firecrackers are medicine. Your uncle and his husband in matching beaded pride medallions are medicine. $7 blue lemonades are medicine. Feeling too shy but round dancing anyways during intertribals is medicine. Visiting is medicine. Making rounds is medicine. Kinship is medicine. Nation is medicine. Home is medicine. The circle is medicine. Thank you.
Wow. Has all this really happened? Death after death after death? Yes, I know it's a part of life, but well, such tragedy is hard to digest. First, a stillborn baby, birthed by someone I know. Such pain and devastation, shared by many, and oh, how she wrapped him up in a blanket, as only a mother would do. I've been asked now to paint a picture, the image so sad and so true. Then a friend I had a few years back took her life while in psychiatric care. So many years of pain and confusion, it was too much for her to bear. Abuse and despair finally won, the battle which took her life. My heart feels the sorrow the family must feel, like they've all been stabbed with a knife. Then this last period of devastating cold, where temperatures dropped far below. Oh, how we all struggled, didn't we? But nothing like the homeless we know. Outside the library it happened. To his death, a homeless man froze. There were others who suffered a similar fate, and others lost fingers and toes. How can this be in our country of ours, that's so rich and prosperous and free? With so much land, unused buildings, and wealth, it's really so hard to believe. Death after death after death, so final and so tragic. Yet my heart is filled with compassion for those left behind, so traumatic. I'm reminded of the value of human life and how God loves us all just the same. I don't have all the answers or understand why, but He knows, and so faith remains. All the world needs now is love, sweet love, for that's how the old song goes. So please open up your hearts to be loved and to love those who need it the most. Thank you.
Okie dokie, awesome. I have one poem for you today. I wrote it probably a few years ago at this point, and the working title for it is They Say Life's a Cool. Yeah, they say you get what you give, but I say you get what you're given, 'cause life's a yeah, life's a and this for those turned up in a ditch. You missed your moment and failed to meet the quotas. Wings are broken. Heavenly bliss be out of focus. But this rhythm and poetry be the next closest thing able of repairing your wings. In other words, you've been given this gift, a holy water's equivalent. This, the love that lays deep, awaiting the steel edge of your spade. And they say, power awaits in self-destruction, but nothing remains. Nothing remains without a purpose. Without a purpose, your place on this earth is worthless. And while your worth is worked out, what remains are the inadvertent mistakes of a lifetime wasted on the highs of a high-demand marketplace. Nowadays, in this day and age, they say you get what you give, but I say you get what you're given, because life's a but treat her nice and you'd be surprised. Awesome. Thank you.
In trying to decide what to read tonight, I had 3 thoughts and experiences that came to mind. One was a few days ago when I was at a meeting with people, and there was an acknowledgement that we are on native land. And the acknowledgement was said in a perfunctory, quick way, kind of the way the Pledge of Allegiance used to be said, or in a way that maybe a prayer would be said. You know, nobody thought about it very much. And I was sitting there thinking that somehow it would be nice if somebody would start a land acknowledgement with, yeah, we're on Blackfoot land, but they don't have the land rights to this piece right here. And the negotiations that mean that somebody else has this land were not done in good faith. And we bear that legacy, and they still haven't been reconciled, as we shall say. And then also, I was thinking of the politician in the United States who shall not be named, who is probably going to end up running for president again. I just find all of that very weird and upsetting, and thinking that life does not necessarily go in a positive direction. And then today, I happened to be at the Lethbridge Senior Center for lunch. And it was filled. There were so many people there. And most of them, I mean, first of all, were well enough to get there themselves and walk around and be with other people. But many of them looked like they should be on the cover of a magazine, like 82 years old and able to hike Mount Everest or something. And they were playing cards all afternoon. Now, I don't want to criticize people who play cards or have, their secret lives of things, but I was thinking, there are all of these retired people here who have time. Why can't all of this energy to be put to a good purpose? Take a look around us. We need a little bit of help. So I decided on these poems. To the Old Guard, or Anti-Racism Action 202. Do not mistake my silence today for agreement. Do not assume I'm in your camp, you self-satisfied snool. You, who still benefits, whose whole family, for generations, has still benefited from other people's blood, sweat, and death. 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 I'm watching. I'm thinking, I'm planning, and I am plotting, and I am teaching, both underground and in the streets. And we are strategizing. We are listening. We are gathering our supplies. We are gathering our allies and all our resources. You'll probably never even know what hit you. You'll soon be outdated, gotten around, replaced, when no one listens to your speeches anymore, when no one asks you for your opinions anymore, and no one tolerates your antiquated hatred anymore. Anymore. You will die sometime, you know. Prepare to meet thy Maker and atone for all thy sins. Meanwhile, I hear our new world's a-comin'. Get out of the way. How to change the world. The world is scary. I hear tragedies in stereo 8 days a week, and behind these tragedies, real people, just like me, like you, like my son, are really suffering, really alone, really oppressed. So much pain in the world, so complex in its perpetual production of trauma, and so little I can do to help it all. I'm not a powerful person, and I'm not a wealthy philanthropist. I can barely get supper on the table most days. So little I can do to help it all. Really, what can I do? I can't start an international aid organization, though I've thought of it. What can I, myself, do? What's under my control? So what if I took a nap and resisted mandatory capitalistic grind productivity? What if I made myself a cup of tea, peppermint that I dried myself, and let Coca-Cola go bankrupt? Don't laugh, I'm one of their best customers. It's a family tradition. What if I made art and let the malls stay empty? What if I embraced my modest means and be happy that the banks aren't propping up tyrannies with my investments? What if I put down my phone when my son interrupted me yet again? What if I stopped scrolling in general and remembered that Facebook isn't free when it sells me as the product? What if I read a book and supported the library as the valuable community resource it is? What if I interrupted the racist comment, or at least changed the subject? What if I healed my own hurts and became a neurological safe haven for others? What if I invited you for tomato soup and grilled cheese at my own table? What if? A good question, that. Maybe I can do something to help, at least in my own tiny piece of it all. And my final one tonight of this trilogy is Listen to the Seeds. Listen to the seeds, rootstock of life. Women, stay close to your ovaries and listen. Life is possible. Life will come again. We have the womb room ready to nurture something new, made of wisdom and understanding. I hold on to this hope when what fills my today isn't what I thought would define my life. I hold on to this truth when pain reigns into body and soul, in physical breakdown, family despairs, loss of hopes for what could have been. Another 10 families forever wounded by guns and anger. Hundreds of thousands of people, just like my ancestors, looking for safety while homelands are razed. And 1 million more people, just like us, ready to follow a hope for possibility and a home. How is it possible to create something new, something good? I remember in a time-space card from a world already full that a spark and an opening can receive, hold, and nourish a grace from mystery that will unfold from paradox my own golden cup of offering for those within my reach. And my reach, your reach, can extend. Branch off, grow with what is already here, fire, water, earth, and air, until the eggs of new life are ready to open into stinging birds of hope, freedom, and surprising new life. Listen to what wisdom and understanding can do with word, image, dream, and silence to birth new possibility, something we have not yet seen. The seeds are calling, asking for the spark and the space to dream something new into our worlds. Listen. Just remember, another world is possible.
This one's called Central Nervous System. My brain is my engine room, the root of what makes me a miracle, a mystery. This mesh of nerves, fires igniting between them, the shock of lightning, a net to catch the zap-zapping, laser light show blinking, decoding hormones and serums and tinctures of emotions, a chemical soupy mess, forcing messages transferred from station to station, generating ideas in my cranial engine, cures for poisons, dams for the floods, harbors for passing ships. When the wrong potions mix and form an illogical inscription, siphoning basic skills I should have perfected by now. I should have had that. I knew those answers once. I learned that lesson already. And if I can sort out this stew, I'll find it again. A tasty dinner menu of fluffy gray matter mousse, whipped and hard-boiled and charred and smeared and swirled with colors like blue sky worthy, or dark plum seeping into cracks, green and gooey panic attacks. Some colors are toxic, some decadent, some raunchy, some divine. And I pick out the floaties and I suck up the foam. I lick my lips in satisfaction. My own brain feeds my zombie. A miracle and a mystery. Defines my personality. So take it or leave it, but if you take it all. The dirt and the diamonds. The still night. The explosive day. The central heating. The cold outer rim. Celebrate me the way I am. The way my brain creates me. The miracle. The mystery. What makes me bossy? What makes me broody? My electric shock therapy. Don't dwell on the fringes. Dive in. Celebrate the instability, because I'm stable as a landslide. Rich as sunken treasure. a particle accelerator, a random thought generator, and I love myself, cheese curds and all. Thank you. But if I'm too much, too big, too dense, then you can go love a rock. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. Put that in your bath and soak it. Put that in your bed and poke it. 'Cause I'm stable as a landslide, rich as sunken treasure, a miracle and a mystery, and I love myself, cheese curds and all. I've got a piece of lettuce stuck in my teeth, so that's going to look awesome on the video. Okay, this one is called hoe phase. Everyone goes through it, and you know it. Don't deny it. In this moment, there is you. I cannot move past my heart and my brain. I must be insane. Biology over instinct, over emotion, over rational thought. You have some dark tricks in your hat. How did I fall for that? Demon magic inside you. Or is it simply a stage in my healing process to fall again? Well, it sure doesn't feel like healing. It feels like fresh wounds, like you're tearing off the bandages, tearing off the raw skin, breaking out of the funk that I'm in. And damn it, I will let you. I welcome your magic tricks like I'm starving, like I enjoy falling, and your flesh is delicious. How does it become a muse for one she-poet to use? You provide fuel for the song with the gift of your captivating brain, sir. The danger to confuse and dismantle the shifting floor of the sweeping sea. He's a purebred puppy with expensive pedigree tumbling over his heavy head. I can't compete. You are elite. So please, can you bestow some inspirational nuggets from your treasury or dredge up some urges and desires with those eyes that sweep over the room, over sand dunes, the tangible manifestation of spiritual creation? You speak and the desert shifts. Hills of sand tumbling over each other, trying to gain purchase, seeking for audience access to the conference, to witness the many testimonies of your eyes, to ensnare her. Beware, girl. I can't interpret. It sounds like. This is me, shoveling spoonfuls in a sandstorm, while mountains move around me, cover me, bury me, and I dig myself out spoon by spoon, because nobody wants to be alone in the desert, so please, be my muse, be amusing, be amazing, stargazing into your eyes, and the sand shifts under my feet and stings my face with whatever lies in that heavy head of yours, sure to impress and curse and confuse like a purebred pet, and challenge my constitution, heighten my emotion, make me lost, afraid, dismayed, take the thirst from my parched wilderness, and nourish me to the depths of hell.
Well, good evening, everyone. So, yeah. I only have one new poem, so I've got just a couple of old favorites that I decided to give another go. It's been a while. So, this first one is called Roots Regenerating. Not weed jammed in just right where it don't belong, no, my friend. Oak ripping up foundations where we will never belong. Dandelion blows to fractures, concrete and lawns, seeds unwanted. Pretty roses, drenched, sprayed, decorated, with husks and ghosts of bees. Fire traces the grasslands. Flames crest the hills. With roots in the ashes comes the fireweed, a pink blanket for a man-wounded world, balm for a wounded soul. Thalassophobia 1. Are you the type of person who, if living by the sea, would go down to the morning shore if you heard there was a beached whale, to see the immense creature as it lies there on the gleaming sand and draw yourself up to its bulk and feel the swelling, rising flesh expand, eyes closing as it slowly comprehends its essential predicament, its place, that it can no more return itself to sea than can the many little human apes gathering around it, admiring it, loving it, and, if we admit it, pitying it. Can this behemoth better bear the unending weight of the world around, or the piteous touch of one who presses their cheek to feel the beating heart of a titan of the deep, and, perhaps if we admit it, grant it a little of the love that we never reserved for ourselves? Are you this type of person, or do you leave this hypothetical whale to the realm of hypotheticals and content yourself living far from the sea? An old one. In the mirror. Naked we stand before a mirror bold, before a world behold, bear spirits never cold, and take the breath of mercy. Hairs like black forest, sparsed and spaced, a spread, a body fine, the pale organs never perfect, and the skin a sag, a saddened. In the mirror never perfect, our breasts and lips, cosmetics to cover the acres and aches like only the longing may feel. We fall to knees, Allison and I, with stolid face we vie, for expressions can lie and project the most perfect sorrow. Beard and tooth like song, cracked and always to mourn, the words and lines set down eternal, repeated in verse and chorus of loss. Trying smiles and reach to touch, stroke your breast, caress your beard, two worlds to never meet, and the confusion to follow if they did. Naked we sit, in always contemplation, this is a relation, a blood fornication, to flirt with the other side of destiny. The orchard. The deep, fecund soil is wet and not just clings to the roots, but feeds the roots, nutrients, is the roots, dark hidden. What saturated soil sings of is the tubers nestled in nocturnal bodies, beating, beetroot stains, bleeding. Grown from the very beginning in a plot furrowed with teeth, dragon's jawbone, white canines, toothsome laws, lasting bite marks. What rises proud above the earth are lilies whose field was reaped, in never questioning, always escalate, in never looking back, never hesitate. Consider the hollow fruits, how they echo forgotten drums. The harvest is not broken. This was planned. The apple is not rotten. This was meant to be. And the last little new one, a glass brightly. You are made in my image because you and I are gods of this life, and I am made in your image because me and you are humble mirrors reflecting each other to eternity.
Well, the weather's broken, and so I won't have to depress everybody by doing some poems about freezing to death in a snowdrift. This one, I probably have done these in the past, but my record keeping is just appalling. Always tip your demons. They're just trying to make it through, just trying to reach the other shore, the same as me and you. Always tip your demons. In your heart of hearts, you know there's no place that they can lead you that you're not prepared to go. Always tip your demons. It's just simple charity. They're working for a proper bastard. It could be you or me. Always tip your demons. I'm sure they'd do the same. They were standing in our places if it were us to blame. Always tip your demons. They work with what they're given. And sometimes, with their blessing, we make it into heaven. That's about as optimistic as it gets, folks. Well, okay, we'll do... Sort of in the same line, actually. The almost, the close approximation, the nearly right, is how we progress, make our way into the unbroken lands. Refugees, black sheep staggering towards the light, starting again from not quite where we thought we'd stand after the last misstep. It's a drunken walk into the future, waking up in foreign gardens, eating foreign fruit. It is no good thing that this world should entirely suit those dwelling in it. The hungry will shake the tree, the starving eat strange fruit, will improvise and see strange visions on their way past the horizon. Besotted losers spread themselves across the landscape. It is not so much a race to the swift as an escape from pressing failure that draws us on and on. Okay, and now...
This will probably be pretty quick. Sorry if I speak too fast or don't look up enough. I didn't think I was actually going to do this, but I figured now is a better time than any. So I'm just going to start. I love you so much, and I'm going to be here every day. Every night, I'm going to be by your side, supporting you and loving you every morning, afternoon, evening, and night. I love you so very much. You are beautiful as the sunrise and as loving as Mercury and Jingle Bells. Your laugh is as contagious as a plague. It brightens and brings smiles along with it. You make me strive to be a better version of myself. And for context, Mercury is our orange cat, and Jingle Bells is sadly my cat, well, I guess our cat, who passed away in October. You make me strive to be a better version of myself and grow. And no matter what, I will keep telling you I love you and reminding you about how much beauty and radiance you bring to the world. I will keep supporting you in your path to have that bookstore/animal rescue we've always talked about. You're always going to be priceless and have my love because I fell in love with you the moment Jingle Bells loved you like she did with me her whole life. I'm so very proud of you, and no matter the bumps in the road, future, past, or present, I will be here for you. Thank you.
So I got two. One's a little short and unfinished. The other one's a little long and unfinished. Do you guys care which one's first? No? I was hoping somebody would make the decision for me. There we go. Thank you.
So this one, definitely strange perspective. Hey, I just hit a kid, dinged the whip a bit. I dipped while they were lifting it. Figured liquor quick, avoid an extra tick. I'll let you go, report it, nicked, while I sit, big sips and wait for it. See what charges is. Manslaughter, simple. They can't blame the nip. Make the other person slip, twisting stories to make it fit. Perception, jury, blame the kid. This is the story of a classless twit, too lit to give a car accident, stands up from it, bites an apple, looks a bit, kid's still under it, not shocked, just out of it. Screaming siblings run, looking for victim of hit, wait, then run. That's all. This one I wrote the other morning sitting at Denny's at like 3 a.m. To stay or not to stay, move or stagnate, changeless, changeling, chainless, chained being, self-inflicted immobilization, mobilized, circles stirring, cabbage patch pigeonhole, stuck myself, pinned by fear, introspective hate, slipping out to relationships, slipping self, yet content in cowardness, in discontention, dissident disassociation, rule breaker of self-proclaimed proclamations against self, backed into a corner by ownsome. One-way ticket to the same places, never leaving city we should have left years ago. Stay for hope, for closeness, yet disconnected from anyone. Bred by wall building, not one for demolition of illusion of safety. Yet I write these words for reasons uncertain, for sake of saying out loud, not listened to, ignored, but out in the world. Perhaps we'll make change, but we make change. World changes and we stay stagnant for now, always for now, never forever. But forever is change, change is forever, change the constant we disregard. If we have hollow ears for long enough, maybe it will be true. No, it won't, till we listen to intuition, respect self, and learn. Thank you.
I've never read on stage before, but I've been writing since I was young, so this is a little nerve-wracking. I've got 3 poems I'd like to share. Okay. I miss when I used to write with elegance and metaphor and rhyme. For now I write like I'm stuck in a cage, filling every gap in a page. I used to write of bouncing blonde curls and silver perfect pearls. Now it is madness thrown on a page. I suppose poets go mad as the age. We make ourselves the victims of love and anger and time. Never speaking, but with our writings we mime.
All right. Can you also lower it so it doesn't cover your face?
Oh, okay. Okay. The next poem is titled Dream. I am frozen, watching the river of time flow. I am frozen, sitting on the bank, watching, just watching. As future becomes present, becomes past, I am frozen, till suddenly I am not. In my hand lies a stone, thin and flat, a skipping stone. I throw it onto the river, and it skips thrice-fold before falling into the water. Ripples emerge from where the rock was before. Ripples distort the memories. I blink in and out of existence, in and out, again and again. I disrupt my past. I blink once more, then disappear. I am gone. I wake up. This one doesn't have a title. It's kind of in a letter form. Yeah. Dear Orca, are you happy now? I am, though maybe that's rude to say. I have someone who loves me, who actually loves me. He doesn't love my body, he loves my personality. We are taking things slow, unlike how you and I did. You and I blasted forward like a rocket, a real life speed run. I'm glad we met and talked and loved, but now is a new chapter. Thank you for not holding on when I let go, for not catching me when I floated away like a balloon. With you, I was deflating, and now I can float high. Though I suppose I'll pop and come down eventually, I know you won't be there to catch my broken pieces, and I don't mind. We were two pieces of different puzzles that just so happened to fit. Of course, we didn't last and had to find where we truly belonged, the right picture. I think I found mine, and I hope you find yours.
Okay, I'm probably gonna be really bad, so just like bear with me, I guess. I totally lost my page. Here. Okay. This one's called Between the Sun, the Moon, and You. If I was given a choice between the sun, the moon, and you, I'd choose the sun, because it gives off warmth and light, and you don't. Though the sun goes away, so perhaps I'll choose the moon, because I can see the moon night and day, and the moon gives off light, though it's stolen light. Its light is untrue. So maybe I'll choose you, because you make me warm, and the light in your eyes is the most beautiful thing in the world. Then this one's from like a while ago, so like don't judge me on it. It's called Moving On. People tell me that I should just move on, let go from the past. You know, the thing is though, it's much easier to say that than it is to actually do. Because the thing is, I can't just move on from the boy who harassed me, or the guys who hurt me, or the people who bullied me, or my friends who betrayed me, because they are a big part of who I am. Sorry. Because the things they did to me are part of who I am, because I'm stuck with the results of their actions. I mean, seriously, how can people even say that? Even the people who know what happened to me tell me that. Probably it's because it's me living with the trauma, not them. Or maybe because they have no clue how much I'm suffering. Either way, I don't know how much more I can take. Maybe I should just leave the past in the past and leave the future in the future, letting it be.
Okay, just one quick poem. So, do any of you get frustrated when somebody asks you, what do you do? So, that's what this is about. The most effort I make in life is to not be doing. So when someone asks me what I do, I pause. And I breathe. I don't do, I be, I say. Being isn't doing, it is conscious awareness. It is flowing, it is dreaming, it is floating. It is expansion and contraction, it is ecstasy. It is emotional expression. It is repetitively returning to love. It is realigning with my original dream. It is resisting the tempting dreams of others. It is rejoicing in the dream of earth. It is knowing when the aligned dreams of others are stagnating my dream. It is supporting another's original dream. It is waking up every day to possibility. It is creating personal truths. It is creating personal rituals. It is breaking habits that impede dreaming. It is being radically honest. It is taking responsibility for all. It is being when doing wants control. This is what I be. So when you ask me, what do you do? I help you realize all of this. I help you realize all of the time you spend lost in others' dreams of you. I help you realize there is more to your dream than the stagnant stories you tell. I help you realize the truth of your heart's desire. I help you realize your original dream. I help you realize your true essence that is being and not doing.
Mine is called The Powerful Woman in Me. I know you are there. I have seen you. I can feel your powers growing, rising, shining. I love your courage, your insights, your visions, and your never-ending dreams. I admire your goals, making the world a better place, but stop working so hard for everyone else. The only thing you have to do is make your world better. Make your body a temple for health. Relax your mind enough to bring the best of your mind out, and open your heart to the love, joy that surrounds you. When you did all that, your world will be a better place.